How do you do, buckaroos? Let me tell you a story about a game that revolutionized a part of gaming itself, and in itself was an amazing game in its core. A game so great that at the beginning you would never have expected its tremendous and most certainly sad fall. I'm talking, of course, about the Culling, a game that was good, but was poorly managed into the ground and farther down. Let me tell you a story about how one company seemed to find a way to bury themselves alive, only to claw back up to be greeted with utter failure. The Culling, as you've heard before, went terribly, but when it was released in 2016, it was doing fine running. It even had a professional tournament, held once with big Twitch streamers. Players were a bit mixed up though after a few inconsistent updates that really changed up the game. Things were getting unusual, weird, and unfamiliar quick. People weren't liking that, and the community was a bit divided on that. And that was just the beginning. Later along the line, Culling had released itself a sequel. Xavier decided to release the sequel, Culling 2, with no warning at all. No one had ever asked, not even mentioned, for this to happen. And when it was released, oh boy, was it a shit show. I mean, I'm talking about bugs, glitches, lobby errors, crashes. I mean, the game was unplayable once you logged into it. Everybody who spent their money on this game was just absolutely disappointed. Not only that, but it had thrown a lot of its originality away to some more firearm gameplay rather than melee. Xavier's reputation started to decrease drastically, and so justifiably so. The Culling 2 had died, and a part of the community as well. It was left to be placed as one of the worst games to be managed in video game history, and so we forgot about it, leaving it to rot. But a year or two later, the base game itself was launched, re-released as a free-to-play version on PC and Xbox. This is where I come in. I had already seen some videos about the Culling and was already very excited to jump into this new release of the original game, and it was free. And it was also very, very great. The mechanics of the combat, the brilliant crafting system, the environment of the game, the crates, the perks, the customization, the in-game event system, the kit airdrops, all of it was just so very good. I thought to myself, wow, they didn't screw it up this time. I had generally thought that this game would last. I mean, heck, they had a future content roadmap. This game was back, and it was done right. I was finally relieved that a good game like this could finally flourish. But boy was I wrong! The Culling Origins had died. The developer claims that they couldn't pay for game servers, and that a player count was going down. Which, I mean, they were like a year and a failure too late, so I mean, what did they expect? So, the Culling once again vanished. Never thought to come back, and was officially dead. Is what we all thought until now. Xavier announces that they will bring back the Culling. A good thing, right? Well, yes, and a big no. You see, at first I'm hyped, and then you see how they plan to do it, and then... yeah. So this is what all the ruckus about. You've probably seen this before, maybe not, but in summing it up short, well, it's a cash grab. It is so scummy. It is as scummy as those mobile games that charge you for every time you play the game, and then when you run out of energy, they blast you with ads to buy more. What they have proposed to do is for you to have one daily free token every day, and then after that, if you don't win, then you have to buy more. Or basically put yourself into a subscription kind of thing, where it's a 7-day or 30-day kind of payment of unlimited online play. Now, the thing about this is so terrible is that they are lacking in players. Alright, they need players. People at this point have moved on, they have hated and forgotten about Culling. Alright, even though it's a great game, and I love it how it is. This kind of monetization plan just brings it down. It absolutely makes it less survivable, and they have no future with this at all. Now, I get that they need money, alright? They need to keep the servers up. They need to keep the game up, because last time they had problems with money and, keeping servers up. And they also blamed it a bit on the player count, and that it was kind of dying a bit. But this doesn't help anything. I mean, charging people to play your game even after they bought the game is just ridiculous. It's overall the idea in general is ridiculous. They're making a fool of themselves, all right? So this thing is going to die. And what we can tell, everyone else seems to agree. And so the community lashes out on them. Of course, I mean, they really do deserve that. So within a day, they respond, changing it up a bit. So from all the backlash, hate, and memes, they try to do something about it. They say here that there'll be 10 tokens per day, and an additional win token if you win. So it seems pretty good, I guess. 10 per day. I mean, I bet that not much people are going to be playing more than 10 games, but it still isn't good. It doesn't justify their actions. So what now? Well, I went ahead and reinstalled the game to see this huge quake of chaos, and I was greeted to 25 free play tokens. And it was pretty good, I guess, but the system is still bad, and even though it's a bit generous, it shouldn't exist. As you've seen in the background gameplay, it's all the same game, just how it was back when it first released, Culling Origins. Oh wait, yeah, all your progress is restarted, so that's also a huge bummer. Plus, I don't even think that I'll have enough time, or that the game will last enough for me to unlock all the airdrop kits. So what do I have to say about this game? Same game, same developers, it's the same exact thing, except back as a more greedy and more disgraceful cash grab. I like the Culling, and I will continue to support it for what it is. I hope that this game can maybe be picked up by another company and managed right this time. I hope that the other games inspire to be like this. What I don't hope for is for other game companies to catch on to this monetization plan. I'm looking right at you, EA. The Culling is a good game. It deserves better. It was done dirty by its developers and now coming back from the dead for the fourth time. Maybe it's time to let this rest in peace. Although, I will be spending those 25 tokens to pay some final visits to my beloved game.